Like honestly, it's just some opportunities that you shouldn't take. And being president of the United States was definitely the biggest mistake that Donald Trump ever made in his entire life. Because first and foremost, he had no real interest in doing it. As you know, he was going to open up a TV network. And man, if he would have just gotten out of the race before the end of the primaries or at whatever point before the end of the general election, he would be riding so high right now. He would be making more money than ever. Well, I don't know about all that because then again, he has made billions of dollars from directly being in the president's seat, him and his family, off crypto assets and corrupt real estate dealings and all types of shit. $400 million from the Qatarian government for a private jet, stuff like that. It's just it's unheard of. This motherfucker just letting people out of prison. Literal people are just buying pardons. He let George Santos out of prison. Like, why? Why? Because somebody paid him to do it. Why else? Why else? Because he's that type of cheap. So now, after all this destruction that he's causing, you know what I'm saying? We got the airport system. The Federal Airlines Administration is in shambles. People ain't getting paid. Thousands and thousands of flights are canceled or delayed, which causes huge issues to people's lives as well as the economy at large. We got inflation skyrocketing. We got the tariffs going crazy. We got China not really wanting to play ball long term with us anymore, along with the rest of the world. And Donald Trump's trying to tell people, actually, you have more money than you've ever had before. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything about higher grocery prices. Your prices are lower. But, it's just not really selling anymore. This shtick would have been so much better if he never became president, because he could have just been like, you see what y'all could have had. You see what y'all was missing. But instead, now people's lives are really being impacted, including his people. So let's see what he had to say at this press conference, right?
Mr. President, a federal judge said tonight that the administration has to fully fund SNAP. It's the latest in the back and forth, and the Justice Department said they're going to appeal it. What's your message to folks as they work this out in the courts and in Congress as we're heading into Thanksgiving?
You want to go with it?
Yeah, look, Jackie, it's an absurd ruling because you have a federal judge effectively telling us what we have to do in the midst of a Democrat government shutdown, which what we'd like to do is for the Democrats to open up the government. Of course, then we can fund SNAP, and we can also do a lot of other good things for the American people. But in the midst of a shutdown, we can't have a federal court telling the president how he has to triage the situation. We're trying to keep as much turned on. We're trying to keep as much.
You see, like, no matter how much of a tight, fresh, crispy suit JD Vance has on, no matter what accolades and Harvard graduate degrees he got and shit, he's too full of shit, and people ain't buying it. The polling all shows that the overwhelming majority of Americans blame Republicans and Trump for the shutdown. So this shit he's saying right now really don't mean nothing. It's hollow. It don't matter to people who aren't getting their SNAP benefits or are getting less. A federal court ruled out that y'all have to pay some of it. You paying like 2/3 of it, but not all of it. And you still said no. The federal courts, he said, it's absurd that the federal courts are telling us what to do. First and foremost, that's what they're there for. The court system, especially the federal court system, is there to have checks and balances over the executive branch of government, among other things. But that's one of the biggest things that they do. Otherwise, the president would just be able to do anything. So, I mean, that's just fundamentally how the system works. And that's pretty basic. And he knows this. But the thing that the federal judges are telling y'all to do is to feed people. Oh, this is absurd. How no, the Democratic shutdown. Again, people ain't buying that. But also just really think about how just cartoonishly evil this is. Like, no, you motherfuckers already made healthcare more expensive. You already decimated the Medicaid system. It's already hundreds of hospitals shutting down across rural America, mainly for your constituents, the people that you continuously rip off, and they keep voting for you and they keep voting for you. Nonetheless, you are lying to these people and you are conning these people, and you've been doing it for decades. The same old shit. It's just now, again, it's just a cartoon show. the things that these people do, the programs that these motherfuckers have completely destroyed, programs that help to keep diseases from spreading, that help to keep hungry people fed, which allows for people to participate in the world economy that you claim to care about so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, they take things away from people that prevent the country and the world at large, but domestically the country, from being as successful as it could be, right? But they don't care about that shit. They just care about themselves, because, you know, $100 billion and all the power in the world is not enough. That's just not enough. We can't make do with this. What are we gonna do with this shit? But so, you know, the Democrats shut down because they don't want y'all healthcare to be more expensive.
Going as possible. The president and the entire administration are working on that, but we're not going to do it under the orders of a federal judge. We're going to do it according to what we think we have to do.
We're not going to do it according to the rules. We're just going to do it the way we feel like it. I mean, yeah, that's why a lot of people are going to go to prison when Trump's term comes to an end, for sure.
Comply with the law, of course, but also to actually make the government work for people in the midst of the Democrat government shutdown. If they would like to end this, we would be welcome.
This dude is shameless. Completely shameless. Got your wife. You got your brown wife out here wishing she had her old life back. Definitely wanting to leave your ass. You couldn't at least keep the thing with Erica Kirk on the low. He said, hell no, I want everybody to see this. He said, I want everybody to see this shit. And then he just gets in front of the cameras. And I'm like, what is, like, he doesn't really, this man has no direction in life at all. He's just a straight prostitute politically. Like, that's all he is. Oh shit, I'm sitting here. Oh yeah, I got this still pulled up. But yeah, no, this dude is ridiculous. This man can be bought by anybody, for sure.
We would welcome working with them to end this government shutdown, and then we wouldn't have to triage what we're going to fund and what we're not going to fund. And the last thing that I'll say is,
Trump was like, JD, can you talk first? Can you sound smart before I get to talking? I don't want to be too abrasive right off the bat.
the American people are unfortunately about to start suffering some very real consequences because of the shutdown.
Because of you.
Past, when you had a government shutdown, you would have, under the Obama administration, they would lean into all of the problems it was going to cause for the American people at the beginning of the shutdown. The president has told us
they're talking about the Obama administration, but it's your administration. Y'all, like, I mean, the shit they do is so egregious. Their arguments fall apart immediately. Again, even from a Harvard educated man like this, like, bro, what do you do during the Obama administration? It's the Trump administration. It's your administration. And the shit is still shut down because it's y'all shit.
Keep as much going as humanly possible. But after 30 days of this thing,
he said the Obama administration tried to keep everything going. Brody, I mean, like, what do you even say to this shit, man? See, this is why I've been diversifying my portfolio, because these people drive me insane. Like, what the fuck? Like, how am I supposed? I got to sit up here and pretend like it's something to say about this shit, and it's not. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? During the Obama administration, they did a better job than what we're doing during our administration. Like, bro, these people are so fucking, they're crazy. They're crazy.
Days of this thing, you're going to start seeing very real travel delays. That's because the Democrat government shut down. You're going to start seeing SNAP benefits run out. That's because the Democrat government shut down.
Oh, I hate this dude. I hate him so much. I hate him. Like, like, how do you sit up here and say this shit? Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, these people's decisions are the amount of damage that these people create, and they don't care. They don't, like, they don't give a fuck. You know, like, we all cause damage in our lives. We've all, but there's a difference between, you know, being flawed in your personal life and like, oh, I'm just gonna starve 40 million people. Bro, these motherfuckers, Oh my God, this country, like honestly, we deserve these people right now. Like, tear it down, burn it down, burn this motherfucker to the ground, man. Like, we like what it could. No, we can't keep going forward this way. Burn this motherfucker down and let it be 2 or 3 countries. Kick all the red states out. Let them go be poor and stupid by themselves. And then, you know what I'm saying? We'll figure out the logistics and everything in time.
They should stop the charade and open up the government. That's what we want them to do. We've been asking them to do it for 40 days. It's time.
And you know, one other thing, our country has to remain very liquid because problems.
Bro, he look crazy. He looks insane. Look at this man. He look like he going everything that he's going through, don't he?
Catastrophes, wars, could be anything. We have to remain liquid. We can't give everything away based on a number. Here's an example. When I was president, the number that you're talking about was a tiny fraction of what it is.
He said when I was president, like he not president right now. Oh my God, bro, 70 million people voted for this dude 3 times, man. I can't let that shit go. I can't let that go. Like and I know a lot of people who have backtracked and now they like very publicly hate this dude, but it's like, man, get the fuck out of here. You was so cool and okay with, oh, take everything, throw all the Mexicans out. Separate their families. Fuck them. Fuck the Mexicans. Throw all these niggas in jail. Throw them in. Fuck them. Bring back stop and frisk. All of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this just, I mean, bro, like when this man was president the first time, over 1 million people died from COVID. And it could have been maybe 100,000 people, 200,000 people. Like pretty much everybody is connected to someone who died because of him. And you gave him a pass. And now he back and everything falling apart. And he's like, oh, I did nothing. I don't have anything to do with any of this. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hussein, like, bro, like it's old. It's old. The shtick is over. This shit is over. This motherfucker ain't got nothing left. And he still got 3 years. Man, if he make it that long, this dude is done. He's done. His shit is finished. He has escaped nothing. He went into this presidency like, oh, I escaped all my troubles. No, you didn't, motherfucker. Now you got even more troubles because all of this shit is because of you and the people that you put in positions of influence and responsibility, because you have no fucking responsibility. But tens of millions of people voted for this man 3 goddamn times. Nah, bro, I can't get over that shit. I can't do it. I like, what the fuck? Look at this man. Let me keep playing it.
Now, Biden went totally crazy, gave it to anybody that would ask, gave it to people that were able-bodied, had no problem.
Joe Biden would give food stamps to everybody, but I'm trying to be more frugal because during my first presidency, I raised the debt and the deficit by more than any other president in history, even before the pandemic.
Bro, like, shut the fuck up. Like, bro, why did we have to do this shit? I guess so that we could burn it to the ground, man. Burn it. Throw kerosene on this bitch, man. Burn this shit to the ground.
Anybody that would ask, we get the number. And it's many times the number of people are on. This wasn't meant for that. It was meant for people that had real problems. In many cases, people that were down and out, people that could be saved. It wasn't meant for people that could do whatever they want. The people that say, well, I don't think I'll work. I'll just, collect this money.
Okay. So again, the majority of the people who collect food stamps are people who voted for you. The policies you carry out hurt majority of people in Republican states and Republican cities. And that's not new. But it's just more egregious than it's ever been. All the people who don't actually need it. Yeah, I mean, like, bro, and what they already did to SNAP before they, the situation they got in now, they changed what was it? I'm pretty sure I can remember it. I got it written down, but these motherfuckers changed the work requirements. It used to be like you had work requirements for people age 18 to 54. Now that's 18 to 64. Okay, so and then it also used to exclude people. You didn't have the same type of work requirements if you were a veteran or if you were homeless or if you grew up in the foster care system and you were between the ages of like 18 and 26. They said, fuck all that shit. Fuck the foster care kids, the most disadvantaged group basically in the whole country. Because we know how important a stable environment is when you're growing up, and they just don't have that. And the foster system is full of abuse and neglect. So fuck y'all, fuck them. Just, the people who probably need this the most, fuck them. Then we got the veterans, the people who Republicans are supposed to be all about. Fuck the veterans. You bitches got to work too. I don't care if you ain't got no legs. I don't care if you got all the trauma in the world. Fuck them. Then we got the homeless people, the majority of which work, as we know. The majority of homeless people work. Fuck them. Fuck everybody, they said. And they made it so that you can no longer deduct your internet expenses from your monthly. Like when you get food stamps, somehow they calculate it is they let you deduct your utility costs from your monthly revenue. And now you can't do that with the internet, even though everybody uses the internet all day. You could, I mean, bro, come on.
Take a look at the number, what it was.
But at the end of the day, man, stop voting for these people. Stop fucking voting for these people. They've been doing the same shit for longer than I've been alive.
My administration and what it was during the Biden administration, it went up many, many times my first term. One other thing, a number came out today that was amazing. Walmart. I trust Walmart, Arkansas, great place, Arkansas, great company, Walmart. They announced today after many years, they do this every year for many years, that Thanksgiving for the United States of America under Donald Trump as president is 25% less for Thanksgiving meal with all the trimmings than it was under Sleepy Joe Biden's administration.
He just made that shit up. He just made that up. Like he makes up everything. It's not true what he just said. He just pulled that out of thin air, just like he does with 98.5% of every fucking thing that he says. He does. That's not true. The economy is fucking in shambles. We got 7 million people in this country who are behind, over 7 million people in this country who are behind on their car payments. We got millions of people who are behind on their rent and mortgage payments. We got businesses shutting down all across the country. We got over 700,000 federal workers that aren't getting paid. And those, all the federal agencies that they are in charge of and run and operate that impact the whole goddamn world are now being slowed and shut down. Which, I mean, bro, like everything is in shambles. Grocery prices are up like 57% across the board with everything. Like, no. And people can't fucking find jobs right now. People aren't hiring. No, what are you talking about? He's lying like he always is. And part of the reason he lies so much, other than he's pathological, is because he don't know nothing. See, when you don't know shit, how can you not lie? How can you not lie all the time when you don't know anything?
So we talk about affordability. I think that's the best chart. That's better than a poll. That's better than anything I can think of. So Walmart, which everybody trusts, and I trust, and everybody trusts Walmart.
Everybody trusts Walmart.
They're not looking to do anything except give the numbers, and they have for many years. They talk about the cost of Thanksgiving and the cost of living through Thanksgiving and enjoying Thanksgiving for Joe Biden, it was 25% more than it is for me at a later time.
And again, he's not saying anything. What does that even mean? Thanksgiving is 25% more. What does that mean? It don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Thanksgiving is 25% less this year. Oh my God. Oh, The Apprentice. That's what did it.
Our energy costs are way down. Our groceries are way down. Everything is way down.
No, they're not. Everything is up. Everything is up. Energy is up. Everything is up. Bro, nothing he says is true, and it doesn't affect him at all in any way.
And the press doesn't report it. The press reports whatever the con people say. I call the Democrats con men and women.
He is the definition of narcissism on human growth hormones, steroids, fucking adrenaline, coke, meth, crack, everything. He is and then I call them con artists. Oh my God, I can't do it. I can't do this for 3 more years. I can't. This country has big problems, but one of my problems is I got to talk about this motherfucker all the time. And it's just how is he real? He's the most ridiculous person in the world.
Make up numbers. But when you look at 25% reduction in costs for Thanksgiving between Biden and me, meaning this administration, that's a tremendous number. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do. They do a synopsis of everything. They cover every element of Thanksgiving meals, 25% down. So I don't want to hear about the affordability because right now we're much less. If you look at energy, we're getting close to $2 a gallon gasoline. With Biden, it was.
What the fuck is he talking about? What is wrong with this man? What is he talking about? We're getting close to $2 a gallon for gasoline. This dude really thinks that if he just says it enough times, it will be true. People, oh my God. What the fuck is he talking about? Nowhere in the country is gas almost $2 a gallon. The shit ain't been that low in what? I don't even know when. And one of the bigger reasons the gas prices were lower during the pandemic is because people weren't buying it. Motherfuckers was in the house. People weren't buying it. Other than that, gas has not been that low. I don't even remember. I was very young the last time I ride around and see gas $1.97 in St. Louis. I was a kid the last time I saw some shit like that. He really thinks everything's lower. Groceries are lower. Energy's lower. No, it's not.
It's $4.50, $5. Another thing, inflation. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country. Now we have virtually no inflation at all.
Neither of those things are true, obviously. Neither of those things are true. He just lies. Everything he says is a lie. It's incredible. How does he do? I don't know how the fuck you do this shit. And he doesn't care.
Down at a very low number and a very normal number. So the affordability is much better with the Republicans. The only problem is the Republicans don't talk about it. And Republicans should start talking about it and use their heads because we have great numbers. We have and they're going to only get better when all these jobs open up, all these factories open up that are being built all over our country.
All these factories that are being built all over our country, but no one's talking about it. It's because it's not happening. It's not happening. And that's the whole fucking bullshit about the tariffs. If we make it more expensive to ship things here and pass the costs along and hurt profits, then that'll influence people to build factories here. But no, it won't. No, it won't, because the world doesn't work that way anymore. There are no the isolationist countries are failures. It doesn't work. And it hasn't for a long ass time because the world doesn't exist in a feudal system anymore. We're not in the Middle Ages. We out of medieval times. It don't work that way. We live in a global trade society. That's how it operates. Shit gets built here and there and there and here, and then it all, bro, everybody do they shit like that. And the reason that we ain't got no manufacturing here is because because it's cheaper to do it elsewhere. It's not more complicated than that. It's just not. And you would have to invest so much into the infrastructure here in order for people to build factories. And they are not interested in doing that. They're just interested in making more profits and squeezing everything they can out of everybody that they can.
I mean, we are building auto plants. We're building AI plants. We're leading in AI over China and everything.
Yeah, and AI is fucking destroying the economy and taking up all the goddamn fresh water. And you know, the AI was supposed to solve everything, but they just made Sora 2, and we just got more slop content online for the most part. For what? You know what I'm saying? That bubble needs to crash, because there are definitely some useful technologies and innovations in AI for sure. But for the most part, like, nah, we on Facebook, Mark. And see, man, this is another issue of what's wrong with how, you know, we really don't live in a meritocracy the way that the American dream and brand is pushed. We just don't. Like, if Mark Zuckerberg, first and foremost, he stole Facebook, but if he didn't Jimmy the contracts to where he was the czar of Facebook, he would have been fired, because he's always fucking shit up. He just always wasting money. He's always getting Facebook involved in some type of international scandal, like, oh, Facebook helped to rig elections all over the world. Bro, his meta shit, right? Like, this motherfucker really thought, oh yeah, people are just gonna want to sit at home all day and with their VR goggles on. Like, bro, no, you want to do that all day because you're a fucking alien, but also because you're a billionaire, so you can do that all day. Most people have to work and like take care of their kids and figure out how the hell they're gonna pay the bills. And you know what I'm saying? Like, most people aren't fucking slimy lizard people like you, so. No, and then not even outside of that, rather, it was terrible. It was like the people in the meta world, they didn't have legs or arms. They just like floated around. Like, what is this shit? So then he had to fire tens of thousands of people because, once again, one of his dumbass ideas doesn't work. And now he's just like building these AI plants and factories and shit that take up, this AI plant is the size of 70 football fields for some stupid bullshit that people aren't going to want to use and aren't going to want to do, because what these people do is they suck up all the goddamn capital, and the laws are rigged such that they don't get taxed in any type of fair, meaningful way. They don't get held to account in any type of meaningful way, and they can separate themselves from any type of dirt that they do for quite a long ways. And then they run the goddamn country because it's an auction system, and you can spend as much money as you have, and you can buy the laws that are already rigged in your favor if you have a whole lot of goddamn money. So, you know, like I said, burn this bitch to the ground, man. Because what else are you gonna do? What the fuck else are we gonna do, man? But yeah, Donald Trump basically telling the American people to suck it while everything gets more expensive and your kids can't eat.
Hey now, thank you so much for tuning in here at Politics and Paper. If you like what I do and you support my work, go ahead and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and really helps to support what we do here.